Hello, this is Sarah and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a paper lemon with cardstock paper. Please like this video below and subscribe to my channel. You could also find the supplies listed below along with the template to cut with your Cricut, Silhouette, or other cutting machines. The template will be listed below the video. First, we will start with the little white flowers on lemon trees. I cut a few on white cardstock paper, and you need 2 centers and 1 flower for each flower you make. And I'm thinking of making clusters of 5 flowers with a total of 3 clusters, 1 cluster per lemon. You can do more or less. I'm using yellow alcohol markers and just marking the tips of the center. Once they are all marked, you'll need 2 centers and 1 flower per flower you make, and grab 24 gauge floral wire and cut about 3 inches and curl the tip with pliers. Then tear about 1 inch or 2 of white floral tape. You could also use green floral tape if you want, and then color it white with acrylic markers. Then wrap that around the looped wire. Do this to a few of the floral wire pieces to get them ready for the flowers. Then poke holes on the centers and the flowers. Then add the 2 center patterns first, then tightly curl up the center onto the white floral tape. Then add the flower and floral tape with green floral tape below the flower. There is no glue needed for these flowers, but if you want to make sure it is fully secure, you could also use white glue in between. Then make a few of these to add as clusters. I also added a floral wire without flowers or centers, just a white tip floral tape. The next part will be for the lemon, and you could cut them bigger or smaller than what I suggested on the sizing reference. I'll be making 2 big ones and 1 small one. Then use this smaller ball tool and mat that I'll be linking below and score this along the scallops to all of the scallops on this piece. Then this will help you fold down the scallops, which will be our tabs that will help us glue the lemon together. I'll be starting on the side with the scallops on the end, but gluing the scallops in between, and then overlapping the next right side on top of the scallops, and do this to all the top and the bottom. There should be one side that will naturally close up and one side will have a small hole. That will be where our stem will be added. You could only see this hole once you have a few of these pieces glued together. I am using white glue, and I try to clean the edges as I go and hold down about 10 seconds before moving on so that the glue is fully dried. Once you get to the end, let the other side that had the leftover tabs go under inside the other side, and it will overlap one side of the lemon. Then there should be this circle piece with a cut, and add glue on one side and let the other side overlap, and it should create this cone-like shape. Then poke a hole in the center and grab a floral wire stem that is thicker and use pliers to loop a hole and make the loop go perpendicular to the stem. And this is the part that will anchor onto this cone. Then carefully put this through the lemon onto the whole side, and I try to add glue in between and make sure it is clean and connect the stem onto the lemon. Then open up the lemon by a little bit and add the white glue onto the overlapped piece to fully connect the lemon together. I made another lemon with the same size, but I also wanted to show you that you could overlap it more and it will create this different look, more narrow lemon to give it some variety. So I do recommend adjusting the sizes directly on your cutting machine software, or do the same size but make one more overlapped and it will give you a different size and shape. The next part is the leaves. I will be making a lot of these to create a branch. To start with, I am adding the 2 leaves for the lemon, and then a set of 5 or more just part of the branch and the flowers. You will need 2 leaves that are the same size to pair, but maybe another pair could be adjusted together smaller or bigger to get a variety. Then fold it down the middle with the pair just to see where our center is. Then use white glue and add a thin floral wire and sandwich the other pair on top. Do another pair again. You can adjust the sizes by 1/2 inch in between to make a variety of them. Then I floral tape about 1 inch or so below the wire. You don't have to floral tape the whole wire, and you could cluster some of these by adding 1 or 2 leaves about 1 inch below to turn it into a branch. Next, use satin Mod Podge to give the lemon and the leaves a little shine. You don't have to do this to the flowers. I just use gloves and stroke the Mod Podge along the leaves. The leaves, you only have to do one side and not the other side, then Mod Podge the lemon. This should take about an hour or so to fully dry, and don't worry about the white from the Mod Podge. When it fully dries, it should just go away. Next, cluster a few of the flowers. I like to add a few flowers and one without any flowers. It just has the white top. You do have to add the green floral tape below that white top, and you could also add that into the cluster of flowers. Then I use this thicker floral wire and start adding the leaves and creating this branch. I added a few leaves and then floral tape about a couple inches down, then add another cluster of leaves. You could also add the cluster with the flowers, and you could also add the leaves onto the lemon, and that will be its own cluster that will be added onto the branch, and make your way down the stem. Once you have all the pieces added, adjust the leaves so it is styled nicely and fill up any empty areas, and drop down the lemon and adjust the flowers so they are filling up the area. I love how these came out, and initially I wanted to make the lemons with paper mache since that felt more realistic, but I loved coming up with this pattern to have it cut with my cutting machine, and even though it has those lines going down the lemon, I think the shape looks pretty great, and these are going to be perfect to style for the summer. I also have a paper mache tutorial for oranges and orange slices that you could also make in yellow to add with these lemons that I'll link below. Please like this video below and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.